The bike itself is actually a pedicab frame.
Jesse Friedman helps lead Google's mapping efforts.
This is what makes it all work. This is the cameras. So as the biker is riding along, this is what's continually taking the photograph.
This strike is part of Google's push to go where no mapping service has gone before. Off-road places like New York's Central Park, the peaks of Whistler Mountain, down the Amazon River, and on a train through the Alps. And Google needs to cover the extra ground because new mapping services are popping up, trying to disrupt what has been Google's territory. The fiercest new competition? Apple.
Next is Maps. In iOS 6, we have built an entire new mapping solution from the ground up.
Apple unveiled its own mapping application at this summer's Worldwide Developers Conference. And come this fall, it's kicking Google Maps off its default settings and instead shipping iPhones and iPads with Apple's own mapping app preloaded.
Maps are important financially because they are a place where Google can put ads. And they've been rolling out new features. And when you look at what they're doing, though, it's about getting people's eyeballs, people's time on those maps.
But on this day in Central Park, Google's strikers were zipping around with hundreds of pounds of high-tech equipment and an electric battery to power it all. The trike even has a system that helps plot the most efficient route.
So there's a display here that'll help the driver figure out where to go. Of course, we want to maximize the rider's time. We don't want them to, go back and forth on the same place too many times because we want to, preserve their thigh muscles and all that.
But Google's mapping vehicles have also gotten the search giant into trouble. In 2010, news broke that the company's Street View cars weren't just capturing sites. They were also collecting data from wireless networks. Google faced inquiries worldwide on whether it was violating privacy laws and ended up apologizing for what it called a human error.
This was a black eye for Google, but it's something that they've had to address aggressively, and they've said they've made mistakes, but they're going to try to fix them.
Well, we're still not sure whether Apple plans to hit the street with its own trikes, but one thing is certain: I won't be applying for a job driving one anytime soon.
I ran over somebody's baby carriage.